first of all, thank you guys, and congratulations on the World Premiere, and can't wait to play it. It's very near, and it's nice to see you guys all, cheeked up and everything. It's perfect. Too much cream, you're saying?
Too much.
Yeah.
Powder.
Yeah, powder. Yeah. I'll just start with some notes that I have here. Dominic, you are doing the mission and the audio, like you're director for both aspects of the game.
Mhm.
Usually in a game dev, there's a different audio director and there is a different missions director. How did you manage to stitch both of them together, and how it helped you? Because James Bond in film, we saw it's very music driven, like whatever action is happening, it's being reflected on audio. How did you stitch them together?
I think when you're working in audio, you're working in everything. So you're touching every aspect of the game. You're touching the sound effects, the music, the dialogue. So you get a really intimate understanding of the components of the game. So I think when I took on missions, that was a big part of it, was saying, hey, I understand where everything goes and why it's there and what we're missing and what we need to do. But then secondly, like I think that Bond, and I think this maybe is a little bit floaty, but it's a very musical IP, and I think games can be quite musical in that it's fleeting moments of entertainment that have a certain flavor, and then we want to change that up on you. And a lot of pacing is dictated on knowing when it's time to kind of shift gear and give the player something else to work with. We have amazing gameplay systems and designers and stuff to work with, but this game is so much about the experience, about being James Bond, kind of role-playing as him, taking on the decisions and the choices he would take. And so there was a little bit of a touch of that musical expertise that came in handy in missions. They're two very different roles for sure, but it's been a great process, and we have a really talented level design team working on the game.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some glimpses of the levels that you guys showcased today, and the exotic places, and the new one that we saw today is Vietnam. So I hope I'm not pronouncing your name wrong, Hilde. Is it correct?
That's 100% correct. Yeah.
Like, of course, everyone's saying like, yeah, you go in a bar, you think of the vacation places you want to go and everything. All that aside, all the places that you built here, there were stepstones in Hitman. There are DNAs of Hitman in the game. Was there anything that you would say that took it to the next level and challenged you while designing the environments?
Yes, I mean, in Hitman, we are used to traveling around the world and go to these exotic locations, and we have Maldives and everything, right? And then we have Vietnam here and stuff. The thing with Bond has been much more challenging. We have worked on a new engine, a new version of our Glacier engine as we have built it, with a lot of new tech with rendering and all that. In terms of building the worlds, we have never done driving before. And doing driving is you're building a lot more for just a few seconds of fame or gameplay, right? So it's been very challenging in terms of how do you build that big, and you also want it to be as detailed, right, as in Hitman, where you just walk around a little bit. So I think that was the biggest challenge. Also, we have a lot more. We do climb in mountains more and have these like more bigger nature environments that we didn't do that much in Hitman. So yeah, I think that was the biggest challenge to how do we make all this. Yeah.
I mean, the environmental interaction in Hitman games were in one dimension, and here you have like a very charismatic character who likes to talk and everything. So how did you incorporate that feeling in the environment design and as well as gameplay? Like, Andreas, you can also jump in if you want to. Like, the character of James Bond is very, like, suave. He's like impressing everyone. We have the bluff gameplay and everything. How did these impact as well as like designing the gameplay as well as the environment for you there?
Do you wanna like?
I can take a
jump
stab
in?
of this, sure.
Okay.
I mean that has so many aspects to it. Actually, that question. It's like from a gameplay perspective, it's that there's all these systems that we we want to have working in this environment, because for us the environment, and that was also true for Hitman, is really a second actor in the game. Like, you interact with that so much. All the environment interactions that we have that help you distract and manipulate NPCs and get you through the level and be creative in your own way, right? And then also showing you the way. Like, a lot of environment design is about showing you the route forward and where to go, right? And then also just showing you options. So you want to go into the we have that chateau that we've shown in some videos, right? There's a door you want to go through, right? And just showing you that there's a path going around the corner of that building that shows you that there's might be more to it than just this one door that you can see in there, right? And then you go and explore that, and lo and behold, there is more to it, right? And there's other ways to go through, right? So that's some of the very big impacts that the environment has on the level design, at least.
And you talk heavily about the forward momentum that the players will get in the gameplay, which I find like the parts we saw amazing. And I think from my little exposure to the game, I feel like the forward momentum is being put and amplified together by the rest of the work that your team did, like audio and environment design. And when you all three work together, maybe you can just pick one level that you say, like, okay, this is a masterpiece we created combining the three aspects. I know the whole game is a masterpiece, but your favorite one.
Thank you.
Your favorite one, you say, like, this is my personal favorite, because I think we have this video under environment, so there should not be any spoiler problem. So pick one that you can say.
I can start now that I have it. But to me, it's actually the one that we also showed in the preview event. It's the Kensington level. I think it's a great example of the overall pacing of the game as a whole, and I think it comes together in this level. Like, maybe location ways there are more interesting places, but just gameplay and pacing wise, I think that's the best one.
I think I remember the first time your team got in there with QLab. So we've seen some stuff in trailers. And as much as like the game has this forward momentum to it, it also has this breathing room, right? There's opportunities after a big escalation that you can kind of, if you're kind of a foot forward player, you're on to your next mission, you're looking up intel and you're ready to go. But a lot of players are going to kind of sit there and explore. And that's something that we're really good at. And I think, honestly, that's largely led by Hilde and her team. The amount of detail that's in there. And I remember one of the first times when I was working with the sound team, and we saw how they were changing the details every time the player revisited the space. And I was like, oh man, we have so much work to do, because we have to match, because we basically say, well, I mean, if they're going to go all out and kind of gut it out over this, we have to as well. So the level of detail that we all push each other to kind of bring out, but it's all in service of that. We've all played those games where you backtrack and it's exactly the same. And this is a world that's living and breathing and moving. And I think that it's just as important in the slower sections. So there's been all this talk about and amazing stuff that's happened with all the momentum of the game. But also when it slows down, if you're a diehard Bond fan, you've got a lot of stuff and a lot of secrets and nooks and crannies. And I'm still trying to find that Easter egg that you and Claudia haven't found it yet. But I'm still looking. I've been looking high and low. Yeah, I don't know if you have a favorite.
I hope you will find it.
Okay.
Yeah, you should play and see.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we put in a little Easter egg for Dominic's. Should I say what it is?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, a picture of Dominic's dog.
I can't find it.
And it is in the game, so if anybody finds it before him, then well, it's there. I'm not gonna tell you where, unless you ask me. Yeah. Yes. Favorite. I think it's many. I think it all comes together because we do like to, I would say, work a bit on top of each other, change some stuff that might make audio like, oh my god, but then they bring in their, power and make it work anyways, and gameplay come in. And I think my favorite is still, now we have spoiled it, right? Vietnam. Now I'm allowed to say it. Because it's such a, beautiful environment, and also one of those places where you walk around and it feels a little bit like a vacation, and the audio is beautiful and gameplay is fun, but it's also one of those places you can walk around in a lot. And I don't want to make any spoilers, but we changed it up a little bit later on in that location. Yeah.